You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, King Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for Terra Nova. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Terra Nova news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AFTERBUZZ TV for Terra Nova.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm in the studio with, by the way, this is Gabrielle. I'm in the studio with two new hosts. We have Kristen, Carney, and Kendra in the building. What's going on, ladies?
Hey, how are you?
I am great. How are you guys after that long 2-hour premiere?
Doing well.
You guys just watched the movie.
We really
yeah.
did. It was longer than a movie because
That's what we were
most
saying.
movies are like 90 minutes, right?
And if we talked that much during a movie, we'd be kicked out.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking a lot because what could you not talk about? I mean, there was so much going on.
Yeah, every 5 seconds, I think.
Yeah,
I hope so. Otherwise, it'd be like blank the whole time.
Right.
Every
I was
1
really
second.
looking forward to this show tonight. It was so good.
It was good. It was good. I'm not always a huge fan of sci-fi stuff, but it was pretty cool.
But I think it has enough like sci-fi drama and suspense to keep you going.
Yeah.
Are you guys, what are you into, Kendra? What type of shows?
That's the thing. I haven't watched a lot of scripted in a while, so I'm kind of easing back into it.
So you're a reality chick.
I won't say the shows I watch right now, but you know, Steven Spielberg.
It sounds dirty. I'm sorry.
Our porn scripted?
No. Oh, come
Okay.
on, guys.
We're embarrassing, Kendra. If only you could see our face right now.
Anyway, no, I'm saying so. Steven Spielberg produced this one, so you can't go wrong.
You're right.
I'm sorry. I'm kind of cynical sometimes. Steven Spielberg, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, he did that Super 8 movie that came out recently that I thought was a total flop, which could have been really cool because he's got all the visuals there sometimes, but sometimes the writers can't always do him justice. And I liked this. I didn't love it,
Really?
but I liked it. I can't just go on the bandwagon. It's going to take me a little while.
I think, Super 8, he didn't direct.
No, but he produced this as well, right?
Yes.
Both of them.
But here's the thing. I mean, a lot of times, I was kind of last season, I was bagging on Boardwalk Empire, the premiere episode. And much like this, it was kind of a long thing. Mm-hmm. And so I think, give it 3 episodes, and it'll really kind of sink in and find its way, and then, then judge it.
Well, that was the thing. I think they packed so much in this first episode that it feels like 3 episodes along, right?
Kind of.
It does, but I like it. I always want to see more. I'll tell you, a show I want to compare this to very much is Lost, and I was a super fan of this, but I didn't start watching Lost until the 3rd season in, so I got to watch all 3 seasons on DVD, like back to back to back, and I was like addicted, but I like watching shows better that way, so you don't have to deal with commercials, you don't have to wait a week to watch what you want to watch.
Yeah.
So I liked having all this information in one episode. I don't know.
No, that's true.
What about you guys? No. What about you, Phil?
I would love, if I could, I would watch TV all day on DVD, but obviously I can't.
Yeah, busy.
But that's why we started AFTERBUZZ, so hey, it's kind of my job. I have to.
Yeah.
By the way, if you guys hear the planes and helicopters outside, it's because whatever's going on in LA,
president.
the president and running up there.
Right.
So
I don't understand that. He comes to town and they close down all these roads. He's not a parade. He's a person, right? Why are they closing down all these roads? Like, why? I don't understand. If I was the president, I'm sorry to go off topic, but if I was the president, I'd be like, no, please don't close roads. If he said that, I would automatically vote for him every time he ever ran for anything.
Well, do you think he was actually on the roads they closed?
No, but that's the thing. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, just let them function in their daily life, and I'll still be president. We can all exist.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like LA's used to road closures because of the movie scene here. Because everyone's always shutting down roads for premieres, to film. There's always something going on. That's why we have so much traffic.
I just don't like helicopters overhead when we're trying to watch Terra Nova.
Yeah.
And do a podcast about it afterwards.
Right.
Doesn't float my boat.
No.
It's funny. You kind of feel like you're in Terra Nova for a second with all these like planes in the
Yeah,
air.
it sounds very
Because I do
futuristic.
hear them right now.
Is that the tail slasher?
Well, Terra Nova to me seemed a little bit like, I don't know, like with the restrictions, it just seemed like a reflection of like China or other things that they have to deal with.
Well, it was interesting. You brought up a really, I brought up Boardwalk Empire, and you said you like this as a reflection of society more so than Boardwalk Empire.
No, I prefer Boardwalk Empire as a reflection of society. I love mafia. I love the 20s. I love like things being new. But I'm saying, and I think in this Terra Nova seems to reflect us a little bit closer than the 1920s do. 150 or however many years from now seems closer to me than the 1920s did because of technology and everything's advanced so much and everything like, we don't have the same morals and everything like that from back then. So,
so why the China thing? What relation?
The restrictions on the family, and there was a little bit of the Nazi thing going on when they came in to get the
fifth.
The baby and the
very
I
communist.
was like, is that Anne Frank
I
in the
feel
vent?
like, yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine if our society got to that point where they were restricting our population, and I don't know, and technology got that crazy where, I mean, they rely on their technology, if you notice, because in Terra Nova, they travel back in time to the dinosaur age and bring all the technology with them. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I don't know if I can live in a society like that. What about you guys?
If we had to escape some kind of collapse due to the environment, maybe we'd have to. If you have no choice, you'll roll with it.
Yeah, the instinct to survive. I mean, I don't have that. I'm a little cynical. I just roll over and be like, oh, this is the end.
So now, if there was no end coming, would you rather live in a society with advanced technology as we saw, or in 2149, or would you rather live in a Terra Nova society with dinosaurs outside your gate?
I mean, it seems a little refreshing to be millions of years from before now because, I like things a little bit more in their natural state. I like seeing things develop, knowing there's some excitement, in the future of Terra Nova. They're not experiencing what their ancestors did, and they can't see the clouds. So I find it intriguing to be part of the nature.
You do.
You don't have to deal with all the road rage of,
That is
a lot of
true,
traffic.
but there's more military rage.
Yeah.
Military dinosaur. They have all those trucks going through the jungle.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like they're bringing the future into Terra Nova, so it's not all natural.
Yeah, the dinosaurs
You're
will
not
be watching Jersey Shore soon.
Yeah, exactly. You're not like in a cave like, what was that Tom Hanks movie? Remind me.
Oh, a Survivor. No. Survivor.
Survivor.
No, that's a show.
Castaway.
Castaway.
Yeah.
Castaway. It's not like
Thank you.
Castaway where you're like stuck on an island and you have nothing. Like you have no food, clothes.
Well,
like,
that brings up the other debate. I know it's not fun to go to movies and be like, that would never happen. But this is a pretty kind of unrealistic, thing. And I'm not going to say that because I don't want to be that douchebag that's like, that would never happen. However, like, how did they bring the resources with them? Did they build them there? Or did they drive the car through the time machine? Like, there was no explanation. I demand
Well, maybe it's coming.
Yeah, that's why you
Right.
need to keep watching.
I get impatient. Like, I love movies. I can do the movie. Like, boom, I want to know the beginning, the end. So TV shows for me take a little while.
You know what's interesting? I mean, a lot of times, have you guys heard of the Golden Age syndrome?
Yes, and I have it.
Do you?
I have the syndrome, yes. It
All right,
looks
well,
a lot
that's
like
good that
Down
you
syndrome.
admit.
No, I do.
So what's your Golden Age?
The 1930s.
The 1930s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Care to explain?
Yeah. Well, did you see Midnight in Paris?
I did.
Yeah, I'm very much like the Woody Allen character, Owen Wilson. I idealize that time. I romanticize it, and I know it probably life is life wherever you go. But ever since I was born, I've always felt like I don't really fit in with anyone my age. I've always kind of veered toward, like I say, I'm like a 60-year-old man, and I just feel a little bit more like I like to define myself by it, I guess, in a little bit. It's like a weird psychological thing.
Well, the reason why I bring it up, I mean, it's interesting. They're going back millions of years, and yet a lot of people think, oh, an earlier time, less stress, less technology, and things like that. But where you never really escape pressure or conflict, and that's why, okay, like you guys were kind of saying, you can take away the technology, but then you've got a whole slew of other things to deal with. So it's kind of like pick your poison in some sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess I
very
prefer the poison of like just a different time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like kind of cynical. I feel like again like this. I don't love music these days, and I'm just like an old person. I'm just like an old man in like a 20-something-year-old's body.
I was gonna ask you guys if you could bring one thing to Terra Nova with you, what would you bring? And I was gonna say an iPod.
Well, you can have old school in the iPod too.
Old
variety.
school, yeah. And bring back those tunes.
Yeah. I'm not into the new music either. Not all of it.
Yeah.
Either, so.
I don't know, I'm a lover of it all.
Well, I was surprised that the fashions didn't change much 100 and something years from now. Like they were wearing, like, was J. Crew still existing? Like, I don't understand like the clothing decision. Like, it's not always great to make something look like it's futuristic. Like they don't want to be wearing silver spacesuits, like
or spandex.
Right,
I feel like that's
the
go-to.
Right, yeah. Like, but you would think in this elaborate of a production, they might have thought of a different resource for a look that maybe was more advanced or different. Not like they just looked like they were. To me, they looked like they were in like what was that movie about the diamond with Leonardo DiCaprio? Like
Lost Blood Diamond.
Blood Diamond. Like they looked like they were
Diamond.
on like an African adventure looking for like Blood Diamond people because they were wearing those like outdoorsy clothes, like they were all like hiking. So I would have just preferred to see something that maybe represented the time that they were coming from.
I want to point out a scene though when Kristen mentioned as we were watching this premiere where she noticed that the clothing specifically with Commander Taylor. I think in the opening scene with him when they first get to Terra Nova, the family, you mentioned that he was like, you just said J. Crew because of his like nice black like t-shirt,
yeah, like a really nice
the
belt,
nice pants,
brown
yeah,
belt,
it was
yeah.
the funniest thing. I mean, I love that,
yeah.
but you're so right. Like, you would think that they'd have maybe a better wardrobe on there.
Yeah, I mean, everyone looked good, and that also brings me to thinking about how a lot of people, I'm being very critical, so I feel a little bad, but I like the storyline, but I feel like the details to me were just a little bit off. Like I thought all the kids looked like, it looked like an Abercrombie and Fitch shoot, like with their perfectly placed bandana, and they didn't bring any fat people with them to like the island or whatever. Like it was just, everyone was really
I
like,
love you. That is so true.
everyone was like a perfect specimen. I mean, I'm sure there's not as many food resources when back
You
millions
know
of
what?
years
That's
ago.
because
However,
they kill off the ugly people.
right? Like
That's
they only
their other
chose.
thing.
It's like a Nazi thing in a way. They only choose the
No, but
beautiful
they-
people.
Maybe they just didn't show them yet.
Oh, by the
They're
way,
not going to believe me.
the
Believe me, I'm not going to
Sixers.
see the 600-pound dude on the couch in this. anytime soon.
He's part of the Sixers. That's why they're different.
Maybe.
They're just too beautiful.
Or the
Like
Seveners.
if I'm the casting director, like okay, I'm going to go for someone not as model looking with like beautiful thick eyebrows and like perfect like jaw.
well, what does that mean? Just
Like I
in
would
terms of the
cast you.
casting, the actors though,
Super.
what did you guys think of them? Because they're not
They're not
a
well
part.
known.
Yeah, they're not well known, and for me, I always kind of like that because then you're not like, oh, there's Leonardo DiCaprio
Yes.
playing that role, versus like, oh wow, there's the Colonel, there's
Yeah.
whoever.
I think it was refreshing, and
Yeah.
you pay more attention to the story than thinking, oh, that's the girl on Gossip
Yes.
Girl, or what, like you were saying.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's so refreshing to see new faces.
Yeah.
And, it's nice for them to get exposure themselves. You get to see talented actors because they're not using these people for any other reason.
name.
It's not for their
Yeah.
name, it's for their talent. So you get to see fresh faces.
And everyone was really talented. Everyone did do a really good job,
Everyone
even
did.
the Abercrombie kids.
Yeah, even though we were picking them apart, we think that they're great at what they do. So I think it definitely adds to the story and what's going on because you're watching the actual storyline instead of the people. But we're going to take it to a quick commercial. When we come back, we're going to be talking about a bunch of things. We have a special segment for you guys where we give you some more of our amazing opinions on Terra Nova's premiere tonight on Fox. So we'll come right back with that.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
Welcome back, everybody. You're on AfterBuzz TV with Gabriella Loren, Kristen, Kendra, and Philtastic DJing over there in the corner.
What's up? I feel like we skipped over so much information.
We did. We have to let you guys know a little bit about us right now.
Oh, we're doing that now.
Who wants to start?
You go ahead.
Yeah, well, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, you can find more of my obnoxious opinions there. But it's only quality, so you guys should follow me on twitter.com/Kristen Carney, and that's KristenCarney.
Awesome.
And yeah, Kevin Nealon follows me, so get smart, people.
And I
Kendra?
follow you too.
Kendra follows me.
I think we all follow
Kendra.
you.
You follow me?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do.
I'll take down all my tweets about pretty
and
girls.
if I don't,
that
I'll
annoy
do
me.
it right now because the thing is, I don't know. I'm not really. I'm not a huge fan of Twitter though. I'm really not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I use it, just not a huge fan. I like Facebook better.
I don't like it either. It's a necessary evil, I feel
And
like.
on that note, I'm at Kendra Cavasel, which is KendraKabasele. My website is also the same thing, .com. And that's it for now.
Well, I am on Twitter, even though I don't like to use it, but I do use it. Gabrielle, and that's spelled like the girl's name, Gabrielle, not Gabrielle, _Loren, like Sophia Loren. And you can also follow me on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Gabrielle Loren1. All right, guys. What about you, Phil? You got anything going on?
I got nothing going on.
Social media? Come on.
No,
Get with it.
No.
We're in 2011.
Phil, you should come to my comedy show at the Improv called Comedy Without a Cause.
There you go. I don't have a cause either.
I know. I'm never with a cause. I'm not one of those good doers.
Right on.
Or do-gooders.
Do-gooders.
Good doers.
Whoa.
I'm just an idiot.
Our
That's what I
English
am.
is horrible.
But
Good doers.
all right. What about what are we gonna call these guys? The Terra Novians versus the Sixers?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess
I
so
don't
because
feel right about
you know
that.
this is a project that they're on, and it's a Terra Nova project. So these people that are coming from 2149, we have to label them as Terra Novians. I
but
think.
weren't the Sixers also Terra Novians?
Yeah, but the Sixers are Sixers for a reason. They're other types of people, like the others in Lost. They are outsiders.
Well, they're anti-
They got there first. They got off the boat.
I don't necessarily think they got there first, right?
I mean, before these ones. They're the sixth installment.
They came like this. They were
Before
like the
this last
sixth
one, yeah.
shipment to come
Right.
from the
but
future.
who was the first? We had
the
some
the
Terra Novians.
the general guy or
Commander.
Sorry, I'm commander.
General.
I'm a girl.
Let's just
in
name
certain
off
ways.
every title in the military.
The soldier, the boss man.
No, yeah, he was the first, but he was from Terra Nova.
Right.
They basically
Yeah,
broke
so they're
off.
all-
They were in Terra Nova. They broke off, and they are anti-Terra Nova. So we are going to see a lot of friction between the two parties, and I think that's going to be where they're going to build a lot of the storyline.
So what do we think the motive is behind the Sixers?
I don't know yet. It's a little shady because that girl Sky, the main girl, I think
You think she has some involvement?
we think
don't
she
you?
has some association or affiliation with the Sixers because she recognized.
Yeah, she's like, I
Drake.
feel like she's a spy or something. Like
Yeah.
that's her father, but I think she's probably
on the
being pulled.
inside.
Yeah.
Father
Yeah.
looked like they were dating.
Oh,
Oh, you mean Commander? I was
The young
sorry,
guy,
I
are
was
you
confused.
Josh?
I was
No.
thinking Drake, not Commander
Oh, okay,
Taylor.
no.
I was like, what's going on here?
Things are getting weird in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe that too. Yeah, exactly. Later on, we'll find that out.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. You never know what happens in Terra Nova. What happens in Terra Nova stays in Terra Nova.
Oh my god.
We just took it there.
Oh my
Literally. All right. Well, I mean, I think the Sixers. I mean, they mentioned some pretty important details towards the end of the episode. Well, specifically how Commander Taylor's son has been missing for 2 years, and he's been drawing little signs in the rocks in the jungle.
Yeah.
And what did they say, you guys?
They said that oh gosh, what do they call it? Oh, like
You don't have the word.
I don't have the word. The scribings. that they-
Scriptures.
No, not scriptures.
No?
The Bible. No.
Cave drawings? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
like the cave drawings. Like,
Okay.
They said that those are going to hold all the answers. That was like the closing line. One of the Sixers had said, we better hide these because this will reveal everything. So I think the son is going to be one of the main dudes to look out for. He's apparently doing the drawings
And Sky told Josh in the beginning not to tell anyone about those
right.
drawings.
Yeah, and like don't tell anyone about the
Shadiness.
drawings.
Yeah.
But I do have to mention that they said at the end that the real reason for Terra Nova is to control the past and to control the future.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not what it seems. Maybe it's not for the benefit of the future. Maybe they're just trying to put control in order before 2149. Because I mean,
well, they did send that. They send that crater thing through.
Oh, no, they called it the
words
thing,
are
right?
coming here.
That they saw in the beginning.
Yeah, they sent something through time to see if it would
that
affect time.
Spaceball type of thing.
Yeah, and it didn't affect the future. So they weren't seeing any changes. So for them to control the future by going to the past is going to be interesting because they showed that device that
that's
didn't
another
make
good
a change.
point.
So it might not.
Do we have the name of that? It was not a scope. It was.
I will look it up right now.
Let's look up the name of that spaceball type thing.
It was a big
it was not a scope. It was something along that line.
It was something I will never know the name to unless someone looks it up. It was great, but I think the show reflects a lot of shows that we've seen already. I think it combines a few different ones, like we've said, Lost. What else were we thinking? ER a little bit.
ER. You definitely mentioned that.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
Like Friday the 13th, because there was a lot of.
Yeah, it's almost like
films.
when you watch a horror movie, specifically with the young boy. What's his name again?
Josh.
Josh. Yes, thank you. Still new to me. So Josh, when he was in the woods, and the dinosaur's right behind him, and he's looking at his dad with this blank face for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like in a bad horror movie when the killer's behind you, and you don't even.
You're like,
notice.
Don't go in there, but they're like going in there anyway.
And you're just looking in front of you. It's just like. Oh my God! I just want to grab him.
There just happens to be a T-Rex breathing down your ear, and you can't feel it.
So
yeah, that was funny.
Ridiculous. But yeah, so you guys, this is a very. I mean, we have great producers on this project. I want to know if you guys have heard any news and gossip before you watched this premiere tonight. Did you hear anything about this show before you saw it?
No, I mean, I just saw J.J. Abrams, and I just felt like, okay, like legit, I get it, I'll watch it, and then I didn't really think much past that, but I'll see a lot of this in like Cloverfield and Super 8. J.J. Abrams directed that, so I would watch it. I mean, I don't necessarily always love his stuff, but his name attached to anything would make me watch it. But I really honestly didn't see much coverage for this. I don't know if I was missing it or what, but.
I definitely saw it promoted a lot. There were a ton of promos.
I've been just distracted by all the Whitney promos, so like I don't know if anyone else has seen.
Yeah,
are you into
promos for that?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's a ton for that. I mean, all of the new shows, but yeah.
So it's a $20 million cost for the pilot.
Wow.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, it's entertaining. I think when it comes down to it, the point is to be entertained, and I was entertained.
But this is just for the pilot, right? This is not even for the season.
Just for the pilot.
Just for the pilot. One episode.
Well, actually, now that I'm thinking about all the starving children in China that they were mocking.
You guys are going to go there? No, I'm just kidding. They're probably watching right now. No, but I think that this show is very entertaining. I think it's going to do really well, and I think there's going to be a lot of followers.
Yeah.
So,
is it too much like Lost, or is it kind of its own separate entity for you guys? You know what I mean?
I didn't watch too much Lost, so my opinion's a little bit quiet on that one. I only saw bits and pieces.
Were you a watcher?
I watched a few episodes, and then I think it was around the time I moved here, so I wasn't, in front of a TV regularly, so I fell off the wagon.
Right.
So I can't really compare, but I kind of see where it could be.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely say it's very similar in a lot of aspects, but I absolutely loved Lost, and I think there's also differences. Well, it's a totally different storyline.
I think fans are kind of left with a gaping hole after Lost went off the air. So I think that maybe they could fill the gap in their heart with this
new series.
Especially, I mean, the big thing of Lost was the mysteries, right? Am I mistaken? I mean, so do you guys feel like with the mysteries? I mean, were there comparatively a lot of mysteries presented? You know what I mean? I don't know how. Well, I'm not a big Lost viewer either, so I can't compare the two. So
I think if you walk away with a lot of questions after an episode, then there's mysteries, and I think that definitely happened for this because we were all talking after the show, and we were all asking each other questions. Yeah. So I think if you don't know what's going on, you have mysteries, you have questions, and there's definitely a reason to see the next episode.
Well, I mean, what are they for you guys? What were the mysteries that were presented?
Well, I think the number one was the Sixers. We want to know what's their beef.
What is their deal?
What Sky's deal is.
Yeah. Sky definitely. She's mysterious, the leading lady.
I think more about the dinosaurs. That would be
the dinosaurs. I think also there's some family drama, so you're gonna see like a lot of changes. I think within the family of kids growing up and parents getting. Because I actually saw in the preview, which we didn't really watch the entire whole thing. The mom, I think, was having an affair because. I'm sorry, I don't know the name, but Mr. Shannon or whatever said to her who ended it first. And she looked very guilty. And so I think she was doing the dirty.
Ooh. There's always good drama.
And by dirty, I mean cleaning. She was having an affair. She's a dirty, dirty whore.
Well, speaking of the dinosaurs, I know the reason Steven Spielberg definitely signed on, he was like, listen, guys, I'm all for this, but it can't be Jurassic Park. It can't be the T-Rexes. It can't be the raptors. It can't be the same dinosaurs that people have seen and they're bored of. So I'm very excited in that regard that we will get new dinosaurs.
Yeah, they mentioned the name of a dinosaur that I had never heard.
Oh, I wrote this down too.
It was definitely not a archaeological find.
Here it is. Wait, Carnotaurus.
That's my nickname.
That's what they said. Carnotaurus. It's like a carnivore and like a Taurus.
You know what?
A Taurus, the car, the old car.
Or a Taurus.
By the way, I've got a new fun special segment that we'll always do each week, even if we do another one in addition to that. But one of you each week is to give me a report on a dinosaur someone has never heard of.
Oh my God!
Didn't
they just discover a new dinosaur recently? Like they found fossils.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you more because I don't remember. But this was like within the last year, I feel like, or two. No,
I don't know. I mean, I know they found planets, but I haven't heard.
I swear to God, I'm not lying. No, I definitely I remember in the news they had some fossil findings lately.
I watched National Geographic Channel recently, and there was a new dinosaur that they were talking about. It was called like a nano. I call it a nano tranny on accident. It's not a nano tranny, but it's like a Tyrannosaurus Rex with a nano version of it. And they were trying to. It's a debate whether it's a brand new breed of dinosaur or whether it's it's in the family of it. Yeah, but I keep calling it a nano tranny. Right, it's hilarious. But it's like a tranny nanny or something like
a tranny nanny.
Yeah.
Like a nanny, that's a tranny.
Guys, look it up.
I bet they'll use it for the iPod.
Don't get your information
nano
from
tranny,
us.
like my picture just comes up.
We are totally discredited now. I just want to let everybody know.
I know.
You guys are funny. That's why I like working with you all. But anyways, so I want to know what your predictions are for upcoming episodes. What do you guys think is going to happen?
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
It's our first episode, guys. We're all getting used to it, so...
This is supposed to make you think this music.
It's like hypnotizing me.
Just to let you know.
I feel like I had one of the
If
tasers.
you guys can name the instrument in that, you guys will win $10 or something.
Not the sitar. Is that a trick question?
No, it's not a trick
like
question.
a synthesizer beat number.
No, it's the theremin.
Oh my God, I don't even know.
Theremin.
I don't know anything about that one.
Never heard of it.
Sounds like a dinosaur.
That would be $100 answer.
Well, see, I feel like that bumper kind of confuses fans. Like, it's, if we were doing Gossip Girl, everyone's like, why, how does that fit into the show? Whereas with this one, with all the mysteries, I think it kind of ties in.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah.
It's fitting, I have to say.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to predictions. What do you guys think is going to become of the next episode? What are we going to see?
I think we'll see more of, our questions answered. We forgot to talk about the leech in the hospital.
Yes. Good point.
The leech.
Yeah. It was like the leech.
It's not a person. Just let everybody know.
Well, it was strange that you were saying that someone came in, wasn't feeling well.
Yeah, it was very bizarre.
Drake.
Leech.
They had. I know you didn't see it, but there was.
No.
There was Drake. Remember, he ran out of the hospital.
He had the leech.
No, it wasn't. It was this off character. Like we never seen him again. He had red hair.
Sure?
Yeah.
We never saw him again.
He had red hair. We'll never see him again.
I think you're
red hair people don't survive.
No, they really
don't. This guy came in as just kind of a random guy in the hospital, and he had a leech on his back about, I don't know,
it was huge.
a foot maybe long. It was huge.
Bigger, yeah.
It was bigger than my head.
He was complaining of pain, discomfort.
He was like, I don't feel good, and then they were like, you're fine, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, giant leech. But like, how did he not feel that when he like, how do you not feel a thick...
the hospital gown is open in the back.
Yeah, his hospital gown is open. No one happened to notice.
And then they pull it off and just put it down. Like,
and she
it's
goes,
like
all
no
better.
big deal.
Yeah, she goes,
oh my god.
That should have been on the editing room floor.
Well, that actually reminds me of when Mr. Shannon was doing his agriculture. It was up on the fence, and this huge insect. What did we think it was?
It looked like
it was like a centipede.
Centipede, but like a freaking huge centipede on his arm. And he's like, insects. Like, seriously?
Yeah.
I think I would have freaked out if something like that was on my arm.
He did fall. Remember? He was like,
but like, it was like no big deal after. Like, all right, get up.
Yeah.
This is cool. Like, nobody was really shell-shocked in Terra Nova. Like,
right,
they come from this technologically advanced community, civilization, right? They don't know anything about living in the past. They get thrown into this, like, jungle, and they're all, like, cool with it.
Right.
It's like so like that's not realistic. I'll be sure up with that.
Maybe they had a boot camp that we didn't see. Also
I mean,
in the pre-production period, you know,
get
like
used to it. They didn't show that part.
Or
deleted scenes.
No, or maybe it could have been like, hey, all right, so you're gonna want to watch out for this. All right, these things may be new. Don't freak out. You'll be fine.
They got vaccinations.
No, I'm sorry.
I would have liked to see a little bit more of that. Like, for me, it's like almost like
assimilating.
Yeah, I like seeing assimilation because it makes me feel it feels more natural. I feel like, oh, now I understand that.
The reason why I hate that stuff is just it's too much explanation a lot of times, and it's like for me, I like to keep the story going. It's just like, okay, I can interpolate that versus like, okay, here we're going through this and you're explaining this. Great. All right. Let me write down the rules of this. I'd like to kind of figure out the rules as we go.
Yeah. Well, they did have the daughter, the oldest daughter. She seemed like that vehicle for them to kind of explain things because the moon was so close, and she said, well, the moon moves 1 centimeter away every year, and so because you're millions of years, the moon's further away obviously in the future, so they had her kind of say that. She also said another fact about dinosaurs, so it's like she's kind of teaching the audience, so they definitely have that character who's like there to kind of teach the audience a little bit while keeping the story moving.
Yeah. That's actually interesting.
I didn't even go to film school and I just said that.
And they,
wow.
Oh my God, you're so awesome.
They did answer questions along the way too, because in the beginning when they were hiding the girl, and then I guess it was the family of 4. No, it became the family of 3, and then we were asking the whole time, where's the girl? Where's the girl? She ended up in a backpack with an oxygen mask. So they did end up kind of answering questions we had as the story.
Yeah, we started with a question, then it was answered, but then there was
another question.
Yeah. And it kind of moved, but then towards the end, you get all these questions and you don't get answers.
Right.
That's why you come back for more. Was
it kind of like a big cliffhanger? I mean, it seemed as I watched the ending, it was just kind of nicely wrapped up. I mean, obviously, there's questions that you guys have, there's questions I have, but at the same time, unlike other shows where it's just like huge cliffhanger, we weren't. Obviously, we're dying to talk about the show, but it's not like, oh my God, what did we just see? Versus like, wow, that was cool.
There was no giant cliffhanger.
No.
And is that cool with you guys? Or?
It doesn't really bring you back. Honestly, it didn't leave me wanting more.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree, because you are getting a little snippet of something odd is going on when the Sixers say, basically you kind of want to side with the Sixers now by the end of this, because they're giving you details of what the truth is, and they're acting like they know the truth, and that the Terra Novians are like totally off and don't know, like they're in it for the wrong reasons type of thing. So we don't really know what the deal is, but I kind of feel like they're making the protagonist at the end the Sixers.
Yeah, that's true.
What's going on, and you kind of want to find out, is this true? Are they going to be the good people? Are they the good guys? And what's really going on with Terra Nova? So I want to see more. I want to know what's going to happen. I want to know who's telling the truth and who are the bad guys. I don't know, but anyways, so what do we think we're going to find out in the next episode? I definitely don't think we're going to find that answer in the next episode. Maybe the end of the season or the end of the show in general.
Well, I'm just waiting for the fat people.
She's waiting for them.
They're not.
No. Why not?
I'm sorry, they're just
I'm
not.
Still optimistic about
That's
it.
why we're in 2011. They don't.
We
do
have
that
limited
anymore.
resources. They're not coming.
They got left behind.
Yeah, I was like, all right, they told everyone else, all right, the train or whatever leaves at
Right, now you have to run to make it, and then they all missed it.
That's wrong.
No, I think it's meaner than that.
That's wrong.
I think it's you tell them, all right, for the people who are coming, all right, we're leaving at 5. For the people who aren't coming, all right, yeah, we're leaving at 5:15.
I just want to let everybody know we've lost a lot of fan base right now. I'm just kidding.
Wrong.
Everybody at home on their couches, we're sorry.
Just a note, Kendra's saying it's wrong.
It's not wrong.
It's all.
It's real. We're getting real here. That's what it is.
We're getting real.
Getting real.
Hey, that's
Real
why you're
mean.
tuning in.
Yeah.
Because we're all real here. We're giving
Well,
it
fair
to you
enough.
how
Does
it
anyone have any other predictions? Specifically, I mean, based off of the preview, what do you guys expect to see?
is. More drama, more dinosaurs, eating people.
I guess I'm pretty much the same kind of that we saw today. More drama, maybe a little death. We didn't see any death. No one got killed off, right?
Yeah, we thought for sure that one girl was going to die.
And then the Abercrombie kid with the hair, thought he was gone.
Oh yeah, I hope he's gone. I hope he goes. I didn't like that outfit.
Fair enough. Well, this was our first Terra Nova show, you guys.
We hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, I know I had fun, especially with these new little groupies we have here. Groupies. I'm just kidding. I love you guys.
Love you.
No, you guys are awesome. But we had a good time. We hope to see you next week. We're going to be watching another episode of Terra Nova, so stay tuned.
And I know a lot of you guys, we did some advertising for it, but we haven't quite caught on, but we will be on iTunes, and we will stream live on Ustream next week, so that'll be right after the show, about 9 p.m. And obviously, I'm sure you guys have opinions about this show, especially if it is another Lost on our hands. So
yes.
Feel free to call in anytime and share your opinions. So check out the number and all that on our website.
Yes, speak to us. We don't bite.
Call me.
Call me. All right, guys. Well, we will buzz you later. Woo!
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.